You know, I'm more surprised than anyone that I actually haven't been able to talk about any of these amazing minifigures, because today I'm going to be talking about the two LEGO Marvel CMF series that have come out within the past 5 years. Now, because Marvel is doing the Spider-Man collectible minifigures this year too, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to talk about all the ones that came before. This will be technically the third series they've done because they've done 2 other series. Now, because they're only doing the Spider-Verse sets, which is only going to be really just one movie from like across the Spider-Verse, Marvel usually has done like a good variety of a lot of their projects and themes that have come out. So in the first 2 waves that this came out in, you can kind of see there's just a lot of different like MCU adjacent projects that they have kind of adapted and made into minifigures, and I gotta say they're probably some of the best minifigures that LEGO has just produced, and probably one of the best like collectible minifigures that have ever come out. Honestly, besides probably the Dungeons and Dragons line that came out last year, I would say the Dungeons and Dragons one probably are objectively like the best collectible minifigures that you can buy. However, the Dungeons and Dragons are pretty niche. Like, I do find that it has become a lot more popular over the years. I will say that no one's just gonna go buy this, you know, Skeletor looking off figure right here. No, because people care about Marvel and people love Marvel. And so I think that's also a huge factor for why these kind of have sold like, you know, like hotcakes. Though, funny enough, because these are probably some of the best looking minifigures ever, they don't really go up in price like crazy much at all because they're very easily accessible, which I also think is just a good thing. You know what? Good for them. You won't find these any more than like $15-20, which, you know, sounds like a lot, but for like minifigure like upscale pricing, that's kind of not, surprisingly enough. So you'll be kind of lucky to get these figures still pretty cheap nowadays anyway. But I want to talk about them because I've had these in my collection, and actually I own most of the Marvel collectible minifigures because I'm usually just kind of casually buy them. Like, I don't go out and just seek to buy every single one of them and just be like scalpers and just buy and just take everything. Like, usually when I buy the collectible minifigures, I usually just buy like 1 or 2 packs at a time anyway, and I feel pretty good about the purchases that I make. Like, usually, like, okay, I want to go and get the Baymax because I really wanted this Baymax figure. I also wanted to get the new Formula 1 collectible minifigures pack that came out earlier this year too, and so what, you know what, I got it. Also, you guys were telling me earlier this year that like I opened this wolf pack. I did it in like real time in like the video that I did earlier this year too. You guys were telling me like crazy things that like, you guys got so lucky, you got so lucky. I'm like, legitimately, I did not know this was as big as a deal as it was, honestly, because we went from like, you know, a collectible minifigures like series like this to the Formula 1, which no one really cared about. I really love these, by the way, so I think it's pretty cool, but I think it's time to go back and talk about the ones that I have right here, because these are just stuff that I buy casually anyway, but also I'm a big Marvel head and I don't usually get to talk a lot about Marvel in the first place. So here we go. I'm going to talk about this little Kate Bishop figure right here. Now, this Kate Bishop, I actually just straight up just bought one day on a whim because honestly, I really enjoyed like the Hawkeye series, and while I should have gotten Hawkeye, I also have like a bunch of like old Hawkeyes from like the Age of Ultrons and like original Avengers sets anyway, so I wanted to get the new one, the Kate Bishop minifigure. I really love what they did with like the little like purple little torso printing right here and this nice little pink side here. Honestly, most of the things that I'm going to say about this is that like the printing on all of these look just so phenomenal, honestly. Like I have like literally no notes in my opinion. I also love that like she has like an angry expression with a little bit scar on her face, because that's what happens in the show. She gets beat up and no one beats up Haley Steinfeld. I'm talking to you, Shamik Moore. You gotta put a stop to this, man. I don't know. This is just gnarly. And look at that. It's a smug face. That's her sinner face. That's the sinner face right there, and we love Sinners on this channel. This is the best movie of 2025, so there we go. So we finally have our exclusive Sinners minifigure right here. I'm sad that I don't have a Killmonger figure, or else this would be the perfect combination of sets right here. But also, I really wanted the Kate Bishop figure, also just because of Lucky the dog. Oh my gosh, Lucky is so adorable, honestly. Not much to say, it's just a nice little like molded dog piece right here, but the little printing has this little little eye, his little missing eye. He's Lucky the dog, the one-eyed dog. He's the pizza dog. He's the pizza dog, and you get him with the little Kate Bishop. A great pairing, especially for the fact that she's gonna be like probably one of the head, Avengers, probably one of the founding young Avengers for Doomsday. Probably gonna be teaming up with Sam Wilson, which, by the way, I do have a Sam Wilson figure right there too. You know what? I'm gonna skip right to it. I think this is probably the best figure in any of the collectible minifigures series ever. It was actually the first one I pulled too, so lucky enough, because it's like the one I wanted the most. And that was the time when they still had like the bags too, so you could like feel this like giant wing piece right here too. But this wing piece, oh my goodness, it is so good. I can't even put into words. Like, I love the little red wing right here that kind of comes right off of here. It is the nice like Wakanda suit from the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really dig this suit so much, and I was really happy to see it return in Brave New World, because at least in like the beginning of Brave New World, like at least for like the first act, this was like the main suit anyway, before they went into like the final suit, which is also still pretty good. And you know what, it's still a decent figure from the Brave New World set that came out early in, well actually no, it came out in December of 2024, which is still pretty odd. I don't know, whatever, I'm gonna put this aside for a second. But I love the red, white, and blue that they put on this. I love that all of this is printed and not stickers. This could have been easily just like stickers they would have added to this set, and the dual molded legs right here, but there's not like a single detail that's missing from this figure. I also love like the hairpiece they use, which is kind of sad because you're not gonna ever see this hairpiece again probably, because they're just gonna use the helmets. And honestly, I'm fine with the helmets, not gonna lie to you, Chief, right there. But I think this is probably not just one of the best Falcon or Captain America figures, I just straight up think this is just one of the best figures, period, from any collectible minifigure series. And this is probably my favorite figure. I always keep him out, so yeah, there you go. I love him a lot. Okay, Captain Carter from What If. We all love What If. Now, okay, I actually was fine with their first episode in What If. I thought it was a pretty good episode, a good way to start off. Instead of Steve Rogers, it's Peggy Carter and Haley Atwell. And Haley Atwell was amazing in Mission Impossible Final and the Dead Reckonings, and she was good in the Reckoning. I'll say that. You know what? There we go. So fine actress. Okay, so there we go. You've heard my opinions on the Captain Carter right there. Good Shield, good Britain. Because I'm having iffy feelings about America, so I love the European vibes that she gives off. Now, okay, Sylvie from Loki Season 1 and Season 2. Now, I really do enjoy this figure a lot, honestly. Now, it's funny because for the longest time, I actually didn't own a Loki minifigure, which was kind of funny because I was like, okay, how can I not have had a Loki figure? I've been a Marvel fan since the first Avengers movie, which is kind of crazy, but I got her as my first Loki, and I was kind of happy because, she's a Loki variant, she's Sylvie, she's great, amazing character. I love, like, the broken horn that's, like, on top of her head, like, the way they use like this hairpiece right here. I think that's just like so unique and so cool, and like also two different facial, actually they're barely different. She's like sly, like haha, and it's like haha, kind of thing. That's the facial expression I'm getting there. I also love like the green like sword to like kind of like reminisce like of like her like energy projection, like because she's the goddess of mischief, right there. And also you can't have a Loki, a female Loki, without the alligator Loki. I like the alligator piece, but like why couldn't they have like molded horns? I don't know. Is Lego stupid? Nah, they're probably lazy. They're spending all their time on Spider-Man, and other what-if scenarios. So there we go. It's okay. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. When I finally got this one in my collection, not gonna lie, this Loki is probably one of the coolest Lokis. I got this for the Deadpool and Wolverine when the movie was coming out, because honestly, I just wanted the TVA variant, like little sigil right there. And also getting Thor Frog is just so amazing. Rivals, make Thor Frog happen. Make it happen, you cowards. Also TVA mug right there. Legitimately, it just makes sense because Loki Season 2 is just generally one of the best seasons of television I've watched in a long time. And also, just straight up, it was just such I think it's underrated, but to be honest, If you haven't gone seen Loki season 2, I'm not gonna spoil it here. It's so good. I'm gonna have to rewatch it and then maybe have more thoughts of it. Probably when like Doomsday comes out, closer to that. So yeah, you know what? Literally go watch it. Flawless figure. Love it so much. Yeah, here's another figure I kind of just bought on a whim because I really just wanted a Moon Knight figure, but the Moon Knight figure was starting to go up a little bit in price. He's probably one of the more pricier figures to get. So I did settle with the Mr. Knight. Now I don't have the little fish, sadly, but I love his like little tuxedo right here. I love the batons, and honestly just having this like simple little like eye color, like the simple little irises that come out of here and like get a little bit of divide, I think is just really unique, really cool. I also just really appreciate this figure a lot, mainly because I've kind of grown more appreciative of the Moon Knight series and just Mr. Knight as like part of like his like duality and character, especially because now I also have his rival skin too. I don't know, I think it's just more of an attachment to Mr. Knight at this point. But yeah, I really like it a lot. Now, I think the more like bittersweet thing with this figure is that this is a T'Challa figure, a nice little Chadwick Boseman face right here, especially since this is his like last performance in media was in the What If season. And honestly, I really did enjoy the episodes he was in, especially with the Star-Lord T'Challa episode that came out. And honestly, with the minifigure itself too, I love that they used the original helmet for the Star-Lord minifigure that came from like 2014, because I have a little comparison right here too. I really do enjoy this figure a lot because honestly it's kind of like a different version of Star-Lord, but it's also the last version we got of this helmet right here, and I really do like that a lot. Honestly, it's kind of a nice blend of like Wakandan technology while also having a nice little like Guardians kind of vibe with it. It's obvious because it's literally just Star-Lord but just like purple, and I like that a lot. Honestly, I think that's just really cool. So you know what, a pretty solid little figure. Honestly, whatever you think about What If, I don't really care. I like the figure a lot. I really enjoyed the episode, and he was like one of my first pulls after I got the Captain America pull too. So in my opinion, I don't know, I just have like a little bit of fondness for this figure, honestly. Straight up, I got this one off of Bricklink for like super cheap, but it's also just like the cheapest variant of Gamora at the time. I know the Guardians Volume 3 sets came out eventually too, but in 2021 and 2022, I just wanted to get a cheap variant of Gamora, and honestly, this is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And also, technically, this is a version of Gamora before she turned to the Guardians, so in my opinion, I think this is just a really cool looking version of Gamora with like the golden plating when she was working with Thanos, and having like the purple streaks in her hair too. I really like it, honestly. I know it's technically from the Sakaran Iron Man episode, but I don't really care. Oh boy, cannot wait for Marvel Zombies, because right here, look at that. It's a zombie. It's Captain America, but it's a zombie. Just imagine, right? So like, what if the Marvel Universe was all dead and in ruin? However, this minifigure right here is really cool. It's actually unique because it is like a damaged like Captain America shield right here. And Captain America in this style right here is probably one of the most unique and coolest variants of the Captain America minifigure. I'm not looking at you, Peggy. Shut up, Peggy. I'm surprised this is staying in focus. I'm really having a hard time with focus right now because I can't focus on if I'm gonna really enjoy Marvel Zombies or not. And that's actually a metaphor right there. So please comment the woes that the Marvel Zombies has done in your life, really. Because I think that's what we should strive to be. Also, side leg printing right here. Eat your heart out, clone army builders right there. I'm gonna army build my Captain America zombies because Marvel Zombies is coming up, and this is the only zombie minifigure. Do not count the Sanctum Sanctorum Zombie Strange. I don't care. This is the only one, and I don't care because I care about X-Men, and I love the X-Men, and the only reason I gave a damn about the second series of waves that came out for Marvel was because they were coming out with all the amazing new cheaper variants of X-Men. Now this white version of Storm right here is just so cool. I love the cape that they gave her for this. Her lightning is just so striking, literally, grr. And also just the mohawk. I think Storm with the mohawk is just the best like looking version of her, honestly. It just looks so rad. And they do have the skin and Rivals too from like the X-Men 97, because these all come from X-Men 97. So honestly, and also X-Men 97, you know what I said about Loki season 2 being like the best Marvel show? I'm sorry, X-Men 97 was straight up just a banger. Like, you had me bawling my eyes out in episode 5 with Genosha. Oh my god, and I'm not spoiling. I'm just not gonna spoil. So straight up, yeah. And also Storm's arc in that show, I really did enjoy. And so yeah, go check it out too, because this is an amazing Storm figure. I actually had 2 of her, and then I had to sell one of the other ones. I don't know. But then also this Wolverine figure, oh my goodness. This is straight up also the best Wolverine minifigure we've had in period. I mean, look at, he has hairs on the side of his arms right there, and dual molded legs. Ichihara clone trooper army builders. Look at this. Look at this. Also, look at the glasses. Look at those glasses. Scott would be rolling his eyes right now if he had laser beams right now. So that's the thing. Also, we got a good little Logan. He's like, where's Apocalypse? And it's like, there's no Apocalypse. It's the baby. Let's go. And then there you go. There you go. So there you go. Wolverine. Also, best Wolverine figure. Literally, go pick it up. Go buy it. What else is there to say? Because honestly, the Beast figure is pretty rad. This is the only Beast figure we've actually only got it. We've had variants of the Wolverine and Storm, especially in the 2014 sets too. So that's why I was a little more excited to actually get the Beast figure. This is the first one I got from the X-Men, because honestly, I already have all the X-Men figures except for obviously Beast, and now we have the X-Mansion set and the X-Jet, and oh my gosh. Okay, I wanted to do, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I got these 3 figures and I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna do an X-Men video for SMIBB Bricks when these sets came out. And then the X-Jet came out and it was like way overpriced for like $85, and the X-Mansion came out. Whatever. I really do enjoy that he has like this nice little build right here of like a little step, and then he also has like a nice little X cup right here, and look at those like chiseled abs right there too, and look at that, stars my garters right there. We're gonna comment that actually, so ignore the thing that I said before, because we're gonna comment that actually this time. Scratch that. We're actually gonna delete your memory now, because that's what Beast can do. That's what this thing is for. So there you go. Also, I just love the X cup. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's cute for branding, because we have a brand to obtain here at SMIBB Bricks. And as the brand goes, we hate Marvel and get ready for the DC minifigure collectible series. I was literally thinking about just putting them in one video, and then I was like, I'm probably not, honestly.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's the final reckoning. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be an outdated reference. Look, come on, Haley Atwell. Let's go stop this mission before it becomes impossible.
Yeah, Tom Cruise!